Winter had covered the mountains in a thick blanket of snow. For days, a pack of wolves had been searching for food. Their usual hunting grounds were empty, and hunger was slowly weakening the entire pack. One morning, the wolves discovered signs of food high on a frozen mountain. The climb was dangerous, but it was their only hope. The pack began climbing. At first, everyone moved together, but as the mountain became steeper, the cold became unbearable. One by one, the wolves began to lose hope. Some stopped walking, others turned back. But one young wolf continued climbing. He was different from the others. He had been born deaf. He could not hear the howling wind, the cracking ice, or the voices of the wolves behind him. As he climbed higher, the other wolves watched him with disbelief. They had already decided that the mountain was impossible. They tried to stop him. They shouted that he would never reach the top. They laughed at him for continuing when everyone else had given up. But the young wolf heard nothing. He simply kept moving, step by step, through the freezing snow, past the sharp rocks, up the steep mountain. The more the other wolves shouted, the more determined he seemed. They thought he was ignoring them. But he wasn't ignoring them. He simply couldn't hear them. Instead, he looked back at their faces and imagined that they were encouraging him. So he continued. His legs became weak. His body trembled from the cold. Several times he almost fell, but every time he stopped, he looked toward the peak and continued. Finally, after hours of climbing, the young wolf reached the top. And there, hidden behind the rocks, was a small valley filled with food left behind by another group of animals. There was enough to feed the entire pack. The young wolf returned with the food. The wolves that had mocked him followed him back down the mountain in silence. That day, they learned something they would never forget. The young wolf had not become stronger because he could not hear their insults. He had become stronger because he never allowed those insults to become his truth. And sometimes, that is exactly what we need to do in life. People will tell you that your dream is too big. They will laugh when you try. They will remind you of your failures. They may tell you that you are not good enough. But remember the deaf wolf. He reached the peak because he never heard the voices telling him he couldn't. You don't have to fight every person who doubts you. You don't have to answer every insult. You don't have to prove yourself to everyone. Sometimes, the best response is simply to keep walking, keep working, keep growing, and let your results speak when you finally reach the top. Not every voice deserves your attention. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is become deaf to the voices that tell you to give up. Keep climbing. Your peak may be closer than you think.